our topic is under the ground and growing for this half term. So we're looking a lot about plants, animals. We've done a lot of work over the last kind of 4 or 5 weeks, and this week we're looking at mini beasts in particular, and they're just exploring, sorting, classifying, talking about their preferences, likes, dislikes and similarities and differences with the creepy crawlies they're exploring. There's activities where they're modelling and constructing, where they get a chance to look at photographs, explore and discuss what they can see of the creepy crawlies, and then they have a chance to talk about the wow words we're looking for as well. And then we always try and give them a chance to apply those skills, so we've kind of given them the grounding, and then they're modelling and making and talking about those words that we're looking for. And then there are other activities where they're classifying and sorting, so they've got things to look at, things to explore on the table, and then they make choices and try and classify by their differences and similarities. And then there are other activities which are much more kind of exploration activities. Like my activity will be the garden activity, where they're looking at a garden environment and talking about what they can see and what they can find. And it's very much about bringing their own experiences to the table and sharing those as much as what they can see right there in front of them. The children differ, have a wide range of abilities. You go from one extreme where they're full of language, full of opportunities, full of things they've done and want to give you something, to the other extreme where they haven't experienced very much, find things difficult to put into words. Helping me, there will be Mrs. Chohan. She's my TA. She's in the class all the time with the children, and she's excellent. And I also am very lucky to have another TA in the classroom with me in the afternoon, and that's Mrs. Zaman. I think some of the children will squeak a bit and go, it's a slug, it's a whatever, which they often do. I think children will be excited, I hope. I think some children will be perhaps unsure at first of what to do, which is often the case. Even though you explain to the best of your ability, sometimes they're unsure. But we do talk about, what do you do if you don't know what to do, talking to an adult, talking to a friend, and they have those strategies quite well, so they usually find their feet quite quickly. But above all, I'm hoping that, they meet the objectives in a fun and exciting way. Today, we're going to be learning about some living things. We're going to be naming some living things today. And I've got all my living things. I've got some pictures on the board for you to look at. And we're going to try and sort them out as well. So put your hands up if you know what you can see on the board. Who knows some of the names of those things? Oh, lots of hands. That's good. Hasnat. A caterpillar. Let me see. A caterpillar. Oh, I can see a caterpillar too. A caterpillar. Who else can see something that they know? Savera. A butterfly all the way over here. We've got butterflies as well. We know a lot about caterpillars and butterflies, don't we? With our growing our caterpillars and making them change. John? You saw a ladybird. Is this the ladybirds? So we've got ladybirds as well. Anything else? Hassan? A snail? Is this a snail down here with his shell on his back? Yep, I've got a snail too. Hashim? Ant. An ant. Is this my ant? Very good. I've got an ant as well. Safa? Worm. A worm. Where's my wiggly worm? All the way at the bottom. Fabulous. All doing well. Aisha? A bumblebee. All the way at the top. Well done. Getting harder. Isa? Grasshopper. There is a grasshopper. That's a tricky one, isn't it? Grasshopper. Fabulous. Naman? A spider. A spider. There is a spider. Well done. Aman? The worm. We've said the worm. Have a bit more time to think. I'll come back. Keep looking. Who haven't I asked? Name. A beetle, that's a good one. We've got the beetle, well done. There's still a few on there that we haven't said what they are yet. Does anybody know what this one is? That's a tricky one. Hands up. Ooh, hands up. Meryl. Oh, good try. Not a dragonfly. That's a dragonfly over there. So well done, that's one of them. But I still don't know what that one is. Iman, you're bursting. A fly. Ooh, not a fly. It begins with a M. Gibran. A moth. It's a moth. Have you seen moths at night? They flutter got a moth as well. Oh, this one. Does anybody know what that one is? Oh, that's a hard one. It's a centipede. A centipede. So we've got a centipede as well. Centipedes have got lots of legs, but the one with the most legs is the millipede. He's got so many legs, you can hardly see them all. He's a millipede. So we've got lots of creepy crawlies. What was that one? A slug. A slug. You know your creepy crawlies, don't you, Jabran? Well, everyone my creepy crawlies, are some of them different to each other? What's different? What's different about my bee compared to my caterpillar? What's the bee got that the caterpillar hasn't got? Put your hand up if you know. What's my bee got that my caterpillar hasn't got? What do you think, Rayhan?
The caterpillar has lines.
He has got stripes, but so's the bee. I want something that's different. Ooh, Hassan Shah. Good boy. The bee's got wings. But the caterpillar, has that got wings? No, it hasn't got any wings at all. If you look carefully, Aman, if you look there, that caterpillar hasn't got any wings. So some of them are different to others. So we've got the caterpillar and the butterfly, they're different. How's my worm different to the caterpillar? Have a look at the worm and have a look at the caterpillar. Ooh, how's it different? Ooh, I want somebody different to answer. Hibba.
The caterpillar got stripes and the worm hasn't.
Good girl. The caterpillar has got stripes on his body and the worm hasn't. What else is different? Ooh, Layla.
I don't know.
Do you want some more time to think? Keep thinking. Ikra? Oh, it does look like he's got two faces, doesn't it? How about legs? Has the worm got legs?
No.
Has the caterpillar got legs?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
So
the worm is wiggle around.
that's right, they wiggle around, they wiggle and they slither around. They're different, aren't they? Put your hand down a minute, Jabran, because on the next slide, I want us to have a look and see if we can sort some of these creepy crawlies out. Are you ready, Iman? On your bottom then. I've got some creepy crawlies up there and we've talked about what they are. We've talked about how some of them are a bit different. And I've got some circles up there as well. In this circle, it says slither. What kind of things slither? Worms slither, don't they? And then in this middle one, it says crawl. What could crawl on legs? A spider, that's a good one. And then in the last one, it says fly, good girl. So I want things with wings that can fly. Ooh. So this time, I want you to talk to a talking friend. So can you shuffle around, find a talking partner? Go on then. Okay? Stand up if you haven't got a partner. Stand up if you haven't got a partner. Right, children, do this with them. Do this with them. Do this with them. Do this with them. Shh, shh, shh. Right, I've got one person who hasn't got a partner. So, who would like Naim to work with them? Oh, Esau was straight up. Do you want to work with Esau and Aman? You could be triple trouble. 3 people together on that one. Now, with your talking partner, I want you to talk about one of these creepy crawlies. And I want you to decide whether it belongs in the slither circle, the crawl circle, or the fly circle. And the first one I want you to decide about is the ladybird. Can you talk to your partner and decide if the ladybirds slither, crawl, or fly? What do you think, girls? It does, but what does it do? How does it move? It grows. It grows, but does it slither on the floor like a worm? Does it crawl or does it fly in the air? Does it? Do they only crawl? What else do they do? It walks, it can crawl, but it does something else as well. Right, look back at me then. I'm going to ask Gibran.
The dragonfly flies.
Oh, hang on. Hold your horses, mister. We haven't got to the dragonfly yet. I was asking you about the ladybird. Can you tell me about the ladybird? Where shall I put it? Does it slither like a worm, crawl, or fly? Put your thumbs up if you said it flies. Put your thumbs wobbling if you weren't sure. Oh, you were not sure. That was good thinking, Hashim. You weren't sure. Some people said it crawled because it does walk around. Have you seen them walking on leaves? They do walk, they do crawl, but they fly as well. That's their main way of moving around. They fly. They fly because these parts, these red parts, are their wings. And they start to flap them really fast and they can fly off. So I'm going to put my ladybird in the fly space. I'm going to see if I can find a different one this time. How about my ant? Talk to your partner. Does it slither, crawl or fly? Let's come over this way. What do you think, girls? Hello. Where are you going? What do you think? What does that ant do? Does he fly? No, not unless it's a flying ant. Does it crawl? It does, doesn't it? They've got little legs to crawl. I think it crawls. Right, let's have a look then. Oh, hands up if you think you know where that ant should go. You haven't asked. Hamza. Put your thumbs up if you agree with Hamza. How do you know it crawls, Hamza?
Because I've seen it outside my garden.
Can't argue with that, because you've seen it outside. How else do you know it crawls? What's it got?
Wings.
Legs. It's got legs. It's got legs to crawl around, so I'm definitely going to put my ant in the crawl box. How about my slug? Talk to your friend. Where shall I put it? What do we think, Issa? You think it slithers? Oh, very good. Slithers. I think it does too. Can you see any legs on that slug? No. Right. Oh, that was a quick one. Lots of people are sure where the slug goes. Put your hand up if you know where the slug goes. What do you think, Henna? Where shall I put the slug? It slithers. It slithers. Has my slug got any legs?
No.
Has it got any wings?
No.
He can only slither on his tummy, that's right. So I'm going to put that one, if I can catch him. Let's get rid of that. Oh, he won't come. There he is. He didn't want to come, did he? The slug can go in the slither one. Now, I could carry on and sort all of these ones out, couldn't I? But I wanted to do it just so that you could see, because it's like one of your activities that you're going to do today. So, I'm going to leave that there for a minute, and I want you to turn around so that you can see the rest of the room so I can tell you what we're doing today. Imam, would you like to switch all the lights back on for us? Okay. Everyone should still be on their bottoms with their legs crossed so that we can see. Fabulous. Okay. Now, we talked a little bit about these activities. So, on this table, we've got our healthy and unhealthy plants. You can have a good look at those before you start to work. And then you've got your wow words that you can read. And you can write your labels to label your plant on the other page. So look carefully and tick them off when you've done them. Okay, so you're going to label your plants. We've also got over here some modelling with Mrs. Chohan, and she'll tell you all about what to do on this table. Over here, we've got all our magnifying glasses. We've got microscopes, and we've got viewers. And you can have a look in those first to see what's in there. And then when you've had a good look, you can have a go at doing the activity that we've just had a go at. You've got your circles, and one says crawl, one says fly, and one says slither. And then you've got some creepy crawlies to look at on your piece of paper. You can cut them up and stick them in the right places. Talk to your friends about why you've put them there, whether they've got wings, whether they've got legs, what's different about them, what's the same. So have a look on there. On the other side of the room, you've got some jigsaws on the carpet to play with, and that should be the squares, so the sign's fallen over. Over here, we've got some butterfly work. Now, Mrs. Zammond's going to help you with this one. And with this one, you've got to try and sequence the life cycle of a butterfly. So you've got to think about how it grows and how it changes. And you've got an activity that you can do on the whiteboard first to help you with that. Over here, you're going to be making some models. Now, I've put some wow words on this table because I'd love to see some wow words and hear some wow words today. I've got this funny word, abdomen, 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 abdomen. Which part of the insect is the abdomen? Is it the top, the middle, or the bottom? The bottom. So you might use the word abdomen when you're making your model and say, look, Gibran, I've just made a spider and this bit's its abdomen. And that would be brilliant if you can use some wow words like that. I've got other wow words like, oh, this is a funny word, thorax. Thorax, well done. So I've got thorax as well. Top bit, middle bit, bottom bit. Middle bit, the thorax. So try and look at those cards, try and talk about your model and use those wow words. You've got wow words as well like wing and leg and eyes. So think carefully when you're making your models. And then on my table, we're going to be looking at some creepy crawlies in a garden. Okay, I've brought a garden inside to look at. So lots to do, okay? Now I know that Mrs. Chohan has got some children she'd like to work with.
Safa, Salma, Issa, Hamza and Aman, please.
Okay, fabulous. Busy, busy. Okay, now I know that Mrs. Zammond would like to work with some children as well. Would you like to work with Mrs. Zammond? That's lovely. So you're going to sit with Mrs. Zammond. Okay, and I would like Meryl, Gibran, Iman and Hashim to go and stand by my table. Stand next to the garden. Now, the rest of you, we're still split into circles and squares. So if you're a circle, stand up and choose on that side of the room.
Let me stand up.
Okay, Sammy? That's lovely. And if you're a square, you can choose on this side of the room. But I want you to leave the caterpillar table alone for now. So you can make a model or you can play with a jigsaw. Come on. Oh, not enough time at the moment. Have you found some stuff in here already? Let me see what's going on. Off you go, nosies. Right. What have you found in here? A snail? Already? It's real? Well, let me have a look. Oh, you're right. And look, he's just popping out of his shell to see you. Can you see him? Oh, name, did I call you?
I saw one in my house.
Did you? Do you want to come and have a go? Come on then, stay here. Come round this side, you'll be able to see better. Who's got? Is there one in your house or do they live outside?
No, my sister, she stamped on it.
Oh no, that's sad. What happens when you stand on them? It'll die. That's terrible. We don't want it to die, do we? He will hide. If he gets very scared, if you try and touch him, what might he do? He might go back inside his shell. That's right, and then you can't see him anymore. Go on then. Be sensible if you're both going to the toilet. He might touch his shell. Shall we get our magnifying glasses? Who's got a magnifying glass? Now, do you want to borrow my name? Because you haven't got one, because I wasn't going to have 5 children. Look, there's more creepy crawlies under there. There's your magnifying glass. Have a look with your glasses. Bring them close to it, but don't touch it. And see if you can see close up what your snail looks like. If you hold it like that, then you can see it looks very different close up.
I can see a treasure. I can see a flower.
Do you want to hold it lower down, Gibran? You hold it there. and you'll be able to see much better.
I
Pardon?
can see.
You'll have to wait because there's somebody in there. When Hassan comes back, you can go in, okay?
I can see.
Hold it like that.
Yeah.
Can you see it now?
Yeah.
What's it look like? What's its skin look like? Its body?
It's like a shell.
It's got its shell, but its body looks a bit different.
It looks like
Has it got little bumps on it?
Yeah.
Can't you see? Hold your little magnifying glass like that, really close, and then you can see better. You need it close to the actual object, not close to your eye. You just need it close to the object, and then you should be able to see.
Do you know our house? I can see this house.
Did you see him? What are these funny pointy bits coming out? What are those pointy bits called?
Those are his antennae.
Good boy, that's a good wow word. His antennae. Did you hear that wow word? What did he say? Antennae. That's his antennae. Oh, look, there's some other things up here. Shall we? What did you see?
I see a dragonfly.
Let's have a look. That's okay. There's more snails in here, isn't there? Look, Gibran spotted a dragonfly. Is it a real dragonfly? A pretend dragonfly. Why can't I put a dragonfly in here?
Because you fly everywhere around the classroom.
Fly around, I won't be able to keep him in here, so I've had to put a pretend one in there. Special dragonflies. Look, what's this?
A beetle.
It's like a beetle. Does anybody know what this is?
No. This is my house.
It's a woodlouse. Oh, do you know, you're all shouting at me and it's ever so hard to hear. Tell me again, Gibran.
My straight floors, and a beetle comes out of my straight floors.
Does it? Does it run across the floor really fast?
Yeah, then I cuff him under the carpet and he dies.
Oh dear, that's not very good, is it? You don't want him to die. What could you do instead? Could you rescue him and put him out in the garden?
There's white toes.
Catch him.
I put a paper there, then I put glass there, then I put him outside.
That's a good idea.
White toes.
Oh, open the tubs. Take the lids off. That's it. Pull the lid off.
It's white toes. I thought that was sticky. He's got sticky legs.
Has it? Which one's got sticky legs?
The one
Oh,
we saw.
do you know, I've put some paintbrushes on the table because we have to be gentle, don't we? Why do we have to be gentle?
Because we have to brush it gently.
Because you might squash it and hurt it. So if you want to look carefully around the grassy area, use your brush very softly to move things around. See if you can find some other things in here. And I'll just make sure they're all right on that table next to it. Did you find something? Right, how are we doing, lot? Do you want all the lids off? Yeah? Are you going to mix your colours together? We've got green in that one. Got blue on first, that's fine. We've got yellow as well, look. They're a bit tricky, aren't they, these lids? There's an orange one there. You want the pink one as well? You can mix these colours together. So if you want to make a different colour, you can try squashing the colours together. I'll put those around there. If you need some different colours, Hassan, you just need to ask them to pass it to you, okay? Oh, that's it, that's red. What colour's that? Pink. What did you see? Okay. Where? Oh, that's not a spider. What's that? What's that? What is it? Shall I move this rock so we can see that? Because he's trying to get away. It's a worm. There he is.
Oh, look how long he is.
He's a worm. Look how he drags his body. Oh, be gentle. We have to be careful with him because if we touch him with the brush, it might hurt him. We don't want to hurt him. How does the worm move?
He worms. He slides.
He slides, doesn't he? Ah, there's that woodlouse again. Look, he's getting around. He's gone lots of different places already. Have you looked at him with your magnifying glasses? What's his body like?
He's got antennae. He's got 2 legs.
He's got lots of legs, hasn't he?
And he's got a bit of stripes. And there's a bit of long antennae.
That's it at the front. What have you found, Meryl? Have you found anything yet?
He got my magnet glass.
Oh, sorry, I was borrowing it. Sorry, there's one down here as well, look. You want to take that one? Have you got one, Meryl? Yeah? Found a spider. spider? Let's have a look. Use your brushes to brush it away really gently.
This is a toy spider.
Is it a real one?
No.
Oh, why haven't I put a real spider in here?
Because you will bite us.
Wouldn't bite you. Do you know why? Do you know why, Gibran? Because Mr. Whitehouse couldn't catch it. He went out in the garden last night and he tried to catch all these creepy crawlies. And do you think he could catch a spider? Do you think he could catch a spider?
No.
Why not?
Because you're too fast.
It's too fast. He couldn't catch it. So we couldn't have a real spider in here.
Spider. You should get some paper, put a glass on it. It's not a ladybird.
You could let it go, but you have to be gentle, don't you?
It's not a ladybird.
Where's the ladybird?
Good of it.
Oh, let's have a look at him. Yeah, he's a ladybird.
I can't see Mr. Ant.
He's just around the edge of that stone.
Let's go see.
We'll walk round and have a look.
Mr. House,
Why are these ants here in this soil?
because they like staying there.
Do
Is
they?
that pretending one? Is their
Name,
home?
do you know why the ants are in the soil?
Is their home? That's why they like to be.
They like in the soil. Why do they like it so much?
Because they have food.
They have food there. Do they live on top of the soil or do they live underneath?
Underneath.
Ah, okay. So they must be coming out of the soil, mustn't they? They must be popping up.
They have a brush.
Can you smell something?
No.
What can you smell?
I can smell something.
What can you smell?
Something.
I can smell something.
Flowers.
Can you smell them?
Flowers.
Flowers? Who's got flowers in their garden?
Me. House.
Wow. Are all flowers the same?
Sunflowers and cherry blossoms.
Some flowers are cherry blossoms. There's lots of different types of flowers, isn't there? Who's got flowers like these ones in their garden?
I sometimes have
And
those.
don't you like these?
I have a big one full of flowers.
Have you? Let me see. What have we found? It is a butterfly.
Ants.
That's it. What did you find? Another one over here.
Yeah.
What do butterflies eat?
They eat worms.
Do they?
No, they eat flowers.
What do they drink in the flower? Can you remember?
They drink
Oh, nearly, not honey. Begins with a P.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Plough. Pollen. Pollen. The pollen's in the middle of the flower. The pollen's right in there. And they like to drink that, don't they?
We take all the flowers. We take the then we leave the pond.
Oh, are we going to have butterflies?
No.
Aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Are we?
Yeah, in that.
In the nets, that's right. We've got chrysalises at the moment, haven't we? They're cocoons, but they'll change into butterflies. Hello.
I can't see any.
You. Well, look, I didn't put you a chair because if you sit down, you won't be able to see properly. Look what name found. What's this?
A slug.
It does look like a slug. Well done. Well spotted. Don't you like slugs? Why don't you like them?
Because I hate them.
But why?
This is literally my favorite.
Is it not your favourite? Well, I don't hate things that aren't my favourite. Who likes slugs?
No, me.
All right, steady Eddie.
Yeah.
Why don't we like slugs?
Because they make slugs on my floor.
Ah, they make slimy trails. They can do.
Inside mad. I had lots of ants. I just tried to stamp on them.
We can't have ants in the house,
I
can
had
we?
some ants in and I blew them away. They keep on blowing.
What do they come in your house for, girls?
I don't know.
What do ants love to eat? Sweet things. I bet they're coming in your house to look for your sweet things. You have to put them all away.
I just sat on my sofa and look at me. I just hide them behind me. Look, he's climbing up a spider.
Look, he's coming up. He's trying to hide now, Liz. He's gone under the rock. Let's move the rock out of the way.
It's
Right down there.
spider.
That's it. Have to move things around gently because there might be something underneath. There's lots of creepy crawlies in here, isn't there? Where? Is it in there? Oh, look, what's that? Well spotted now. You're good at finding creepy crawlies. What's this? Do you know what that is? It's got lots of legs.
It's a spider.
Not a spider.
It's a cell.
It's a centipede.
I found something there.
Oh, hello, what did you find? Oh, look, there's a worm there, look. He's still walking around.
What's the worm doing?
He's slithering around. Why don't you like worms, Meryl? Pardon? They're too slippery, too
I
slimy.
can't find anything.
You found loads already. Why don't you come round that side next to Meryl and have a look up that end? See what you can find up there. You found loads of things. You found the slug and you found the worm. And look, the snails come right out now, so you can have a really good look at him with your magnifying glass. There he is, look, and he's come right out. You have a look. Have a close look. Because you can see his whole body now properly. What's his skin like? It does look a bit like fur, doesn't it? Looks soft, but I bet it's not.
Please, can you put those seasons, please?
Oh, he's so ready, Mom. Look at that stuff, it's exciting. Where? What, under here?
I can see him.
He's come right out. Now look, he's having a look at Jabran. He's saying, what are you looking at? Are you looking at me? Because I'm looking at you. What do snails like to eat?
They like to eat leaves.
They do like leaves, don't they?
Look, Miss White has sleeping.
He looks like he's sleeping. He hasn't come out, has it? What? Have a look. Why don't you move some of the rocks and see if there's anything underneath? Well, look, there's a great big space next to Meryl. Just because we keep moving around.
Please, can you pick the salad, please?
What do you want me to do?
I want to pick the salad.
You want to pick the snail up? I don't want to frighten him. I'll be very gentle then. Because I don't want to frighten it. What's all this?
Grass.
Why is it stuck to it?
Because it's sticky.
It's sticky, it's slimy, sticky.
Put it back.
Oh, shall we put him back?
Leave him alone.
Oh, we'll put him somewhere safe because we don't want it to get hurt, do we? Did we say they like eating leaves?
Yeah.
Do you think we should put them somewhere where there's some leaves to eat? Should we put them there? There you go, Mr. Snail. Have a munch. See if you can find some food to eat. Very nice. All right, let's see how the others are getting on. Keep looking. Move gently. There was enough brushes for everyone. Okay. Your brush is under there, Iman. You see it?
I have two.
Okay. That's okay, that's a spare one then. How are we doing? Oh, these models look interesting. What are you making? A butterfly. What's these bits? The wings. Wings. You've made the wings. Good girl. Very nice. What have you made? A ladybird. I like the lines on his body, just like that one. You've looked closely, haven't you, John? Let's have a look. How are we doing over here? Did you put it in the right order? What came first? The egg, and then...
But what do you think is going to happen next?
Fabulous. Is that what's going to happen to these cocoons? Let's have a look. And you've done yours beautifully as well. So is that how it starts? Lovely wow words as well. I like the word cocoon. You've done yours as well, hasn't it? You've done a good job on there. How are we doing over here? Good? Sorted? You sorted all the creepy crawlies? Ah, you're having a good look. Very good. Oh, that looks good. So you've got all the crawling ones together. Slithering and flying. Very good. Make sure your names are on them, won't you? There's pencils in the pot. Okay. Right. Children, we're going to stop in about 2 minutes. The first thing I want you to do is if you've got a piece of paper, I know the children on that table have, and I know the children on that table have, and you make sure you've written your name on your work for me, because that's something we sometimes forget. Okay? Did we find anything else? What have you found?
It's popped out longer.
What's this?
A moth? No, a grasshopper.
A grasshopper. Well done, a grasshopper.
I seen a film of a grasshopper. There's a mummy one.
Did you?
Yeah, mummy book. It's a girl, a baby one. Miss Glass, can you find some for me?
We found those already.
No, I never.
What else have we got in here? We moved these stones, haven't we, before? Look at that. What's under that stone?
A worm.
A worm. You have to look very gently and start moving things around. If you throw them back in, it might hurt something, so you have to be really gentle. Okay. Right. We're not going to do a big tidy up today, okay, because we've got lots and lots of stuff out today. What I'd like you to do is just tidy your table a little bit, tuck your chairs under and come and sit on the blue mats, and I'm going to count to 10 and see if you can all be there by 10. 1. Have you tucked your chairs under, Layla? 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Are we all here?
No.
Come on, slow coaches.
No.
Now look, we were just going to do an activity. It's lost on the computer. I don't know how that's happened. So just bear with me while I find it again.
Choose what, where, when, or why.
Now, I want us today to look in the what box. Okay, we're going to look in the what circle. Namani, you all right? Hand up something? No? Okay. Let's have a look.
Build an insect.
We're going to build an insect today. I wonder if Hamza can reach the light switches again. Can you switch them all off for us?
Click on an insect.
We're going to make an insect today. Now, I know that on your tables there were a lot of wow words that people were looking for you to be using. I know that Mrs. Chohan had her wow words on her board. Did you have lots of children using those wow words today? Who can remember one of Mrs. Chohan's wow words, one of the words that might have been on the table? Ooh, not many people. Get your brains in gear. If you forgot your brains, get them out your pocket, put them back in, turn them on. Right, hands up, because we don't have Shouty McShouts. Isa. What a good wow word. Abdomen. Okay, so we've got abdomen. What else did we have? Hamza? Thorax. Fabulous word. Another one? Name. Wings. Fabulous. Another one? Salma? Legs. And one more? Gibran? Antennae. We were talking about antennae on our table. Fabulous. Which creepy crawly should we have? Esau was the first one with his hand up. Esau, which one should we do? The butterfly. Let's have a look. Here's my butterfly, and it's just loading. When we find our butterfly, we're going to have to try and put the parts together to make it. And I'm going to ask you to tell me which parts are which. So, let's have a look, see if he's ready. We're not going to play the game of clicking on the butterfly because it takes too long. So, which bit was the bottom part?
Butterfly. Head. Thorax. Abdomen. Insects have 3 parts to their body. Legs.
We learnt that today, didn't we?
Insects have 6 legs. Antenna. Wings.
Okay, we learnt those
Now
words
you
today.
try. Click and drag the insect parts onto the outline of the butterfly.
Hands up if you can tell me what this bit is. Hands up if you can tell me. Hasnat, can you come and get the wings? Come on then. Excuse me, please. Right round. Okay, then you come and click on the wings and drag them into the space.
Wings.
Good boy, the wings. Thank you, Hasnat. I think I'm going to ask Iman, can you come and find the head? Which bit's the head? Good girl. Can you stick it at the top? Ooh, don't drop it. That's it, keep going. A bit quicker. That's it, you got it. All the way over to the head space at the top. Ooh, let's help you. It keeps dropping, doesn't it? Fabulous. Gorgeous, thank you. Who can remember what the middle part was called? Oh, someone with a hand up. Hiba? Not the middle bit. Oh, Salma? Good girl, thorax. Well done. You come and put the thorax in the middle part of your butterfly.
Thorax.
Fabulous. Well done. Oh, what about the bottom bit? Aisha? Fabulous. Look at all these wow words. Come on then, Aisha. Quick. We haven't got many left, have we? Abdomen. Where's that going to go?
Here's a picture of what the butterfly looks like.
We've lost our butterfly. I think we clicked on the wrong thing, didn't we? Never mind. The abdomen was the bottom part, wasn't it? So which bits didn't we stick on our butterfly? We didn't stick on the legs. We didn't get to stick on the legs. And we didn't get to do the antennae either, but never mind. Come and sit down, Aisha. You did a really good job there. Sometimes computers are tricky, aren't they? Because you can click on the wrong thing and it all goes wobbly. Now, it's time for playtime. Put your thumbs up if you used a wow word today. Fabulous. Put your hands wobbly if you're still a bit unsure of some of those wow words. Oh no, lots of people are really sure, the one's a bit unsure. That's okay, we can keep practicing them. I'm glad it seems to have gone well. The children seem to learn what they should have learned. They were all very excited and very keen. Everyone seemed to have been doing what I wanted them to do. And I was particularly pleased that they were using the wow words that we were looking for, that tricky scientific vocabulary. So there was a number of objectives. The main part, the starter, was about classifying and sorting and talking about living things. And that was reflected again in some of the activities that were out. But then there were other activities that were linked to it. So we're looking at plants and looking at labelling parts of a plant. There are other science things that we've done over the past, and we firmly believe in recapping on those experiences. We don't like to do something and move on and not retouch on it. So we try and draw things out from previous weeks to keep on top of that peak of learning. But, you know, you could tell that the children were achieving. You could tell at the end when I went to look round at the tables that they'd understood the task, that they'd managed to sort them. And through, you know, asking questions and talking to them, you could tell that they understood what they were doing and they could justify their reasons, which was the main thing, to be able to justify their choices. And, you know, and I thought that was really good. They seemed to be really good at that. Obviously, the blip at the end at the plenary with the computer side of things, that's perhaps something I'd want to have checked before I stopped them while they were still working. That's something I could have done. I could have gone to the computer, check I had the website right and everything was okay. But then that's teaching, that's life. It never quite goes the way you want it to. But as long as, you know, the children are getting what you want and you know, they're happy and engaged and excited, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's possibly the only thing I would have done differently. I think that the highest point was saying, tell me a wow word, and getting children saying, I know, and hands up, and lots of hands up, you know, and hearing lots. I mean, getting children, any children, to say thorax, abdomen, you know, is a feat. But getting children where there's English as a second language, where there's difficulties sometimes with communication, getting those children not only to have listened to it and learnt it, but to be able to apply it and recall it at the end. That's about as good as it gets. And I was really pleased with that and a bit surprised how many could do it.